So this is the new tank. It's gonna be a catfish tank. They don't get much bigger than this. Oh my God, it's getting out! What is going on, guys? Welcome to another video. Behind me, this tank is clearly in a different spot. It is not on my desk anymore. This is my 20-gallon water box that I'm turning into a Recordia garden, and I don't really know what fish I'm doing yet, but it's gonna be my Recordia mushroom garden. And I'm just glad it's off the desk now, because now I can finally move my desk to this wall, move the rowing machine over there, and really finally clean out this room how it's supposed to be. Cat's just gonna go into the closet. But I'm gonna be setting up this tank, you know, get it in its full swing. What I'm gonna do probably is move all of my coral out of that tank and out of this tank into the 20-gallon. That way they're in an established tank. It's a lot easier to maintain because it's just one tank. That's not where the final resting spot for everything is gonna be, but at least it's all there. So I can take the other two tanks down and set up the 200-gallon peninsula. But so this is the tank right now. Let me back up a little bit. Probably gonna get rid of this lamp and slide this couch over so it's more center. But there's no sand. Sand's gonna go in. All that's in here right now is my single longfin frostbite clownfish. This is not the rock structure. I bought glue so I can actually do the rocks how I want to, so they can actually be all fancy. I haven't done a real rock structure in a really long time, so we'll see what we come up with. She just really wants to be in that tank, so I might just make that hers. Just kidding, that's gonna be my anemone tank for my Colorado. That is going to be just all Colorados. The clownfish is actually gonna move to that tank. Like I said, that's just gonna be a super low maintenance, just anemone in its corner tank. I don't think I'll do a clownfish harem. I'll probably just do a big pair and that'll be it. So I think first what I'm gonna do obviously is gonna clean up the desk, but I think I'm gonna move the desk over here and the rowing machine over there first. So let's get it going. You gonna help? No? The lighting in here is terrible because it's just whatever these lights are. But the room is, it's done. Let me show you. You didn't like it. But here we go. It's all clean now. We got the couch with the GameCube for the projector over to here. My desk is all set up. I will get a computer so I can do more video editing on here. So I'll have to rearrange all this. But we got my Mike Tyson gloves, some books I never read, shelf in the Bahamas, the poster. Ignore that because we got to work on that tank. Then we got the rower over on that side now, full length. Yes, if you are wondering, this door opens and does not hit. Ignore those pens, but I think it came out pretty good. I'm actually really happy with this. Now we got it in blue. Now we got it in red. This is green. It doesn't look very green, but it's also light outside. But we got it in green. And I can literally do any color that I want in this room. You okay? I mean, it's all clean. I vacuumed the floor. The only thing I gotta work on now is that tank. Like I said, I gotta put sand in there, but I don't have time. I gotta go around the top shelf, gotta work a day shift. But yeah, I'm super happy with how this came out. So this is it now at night. Look how awesome this stuff glows. All right, it's raining a little bit, but I got a new thing to add to the tank. New return. We only had one random flow generator in a 1/2 inch. I'll get another one another day. But I got a Y split, got the adapter for it, so let's pop it on there. So you can see just this little, well, no, you can't see. There you go. There's just this little valve. And now we got this. It's not a little clown. Yeah, so now we got this. Like I said, I gotta get another random flow for that side. So there's an air bubble caught in there. There we go. All better. So next thing we gotta do this tank is put the sand in. We get a little cloudy in here, but it shouldn't be too bad. But I do want to actually make a quick water change before I do that. So not all the, actually I'll do the water change after. I do want to suck up all this detritus in here. So I'm gonna suck all the detritus up, then I'll add the sand, I'll suck a little more water out, and then I'll put it all back. All right, first we gotta hit the pump. I'll show you what we got going on below. A not mounted DJ power strip. I'll clean all this up later. All right, I'm gonna take most of the rock out of the tank because I like to put my sand bit underneath the rock. So I'll take the rock out, pop it in the bucket, and go from there. All right, we got most of the rock out. Look at all the trace built up. Like I said, I've never really taken care of this tank. Getting a fresh start, so it should be nice. Rocks in the bucket. Let's go ahead and siphon out most of this debris. Don't run away. All right, but so we got most of it cleaned out. Like we got pretty much the big chunks of it, but there's now water missing. So I got a jug of clean water right there, but first we gotta put the new sand in. So we put the whole bag in there, just gonna slowly let it kind of pour out. I'm doing 20 pounds in here. All right, I gotta run to work now, but by the time we get home, that tank should be perfectly clear. Looks so much better. It's not perfectly clean. It's not perfectly clear, but you can see into the tank, but I'm sure by the morning it'll be fine. But look at our little clam going. Happy as a clam. Speaking of clams, just kidding. I got something for that tank, but first I gotta make a rock structure. But if you wanna know what I'm putting in that tank, make sure you stick around because I will show you at the end of this video what exactly I got for that tank. But let's make this rock structure as nice as possible. I got a big bottle of glue so I can glue it all, make it actually hold and stick and maybe do some crazy shapes with it. I have no idea what I'm gonna do with it, but I guess what I gotta do is pull all that rock out and figure something out. All right, so we got all the rock out of the tank. You can see there is something in that bag, but all the rock is out of the tank. We have glue and we have accelerators, so when we add the glue we can speed it up. Kitty, I'm gonna need you to move. Now I don't really know where I'm gonna begin. I think this is a flat piece, so that would be the base of something. I also want to keep a lot of wow, my hair is a mess. I also want to keep a lot of islands because I'm gonna do a bunch of different mushrooms, so I kind of want to keep them isolated from each other, so that way if I ever want to frag anything I can easily cut off of everything. So that's gonna be the base. I think I'm gonna leave this and this one, and then one more, like, I don't know. We'll do these three as islands. So now this is gonna be a base here. I wanna try to get height. I don't need that much height, but I wanna try to get something a little, oh, that just kind of sits there. Is that gonna stand? I'm gonna play around with it for a little bit, and then when I'm somewhat satisfied with something, I won't glue anything yet. When I kind of work it together, I'll let you know. All right, I think I know what I need. Also, the gloves are for because I found some epoxy in my house. That'll help. That's not what it's gonna look like. This is gonna come and branch out, and then there'll be another branch coming here. It's really hard to explain when nothing's glued, and I have one hand to film and one hand to hold an entire structure. So I'm just gonna start gluing and epoxying, and we'll see what happens. Okay, so the way that I am doing this is I am taking epoxy, mounding it up. Kind of see is that there is glue, then epoxy, then glue, and then I'm spraying it with accelerator. And I mean, you can see this, that's solid. So now we repeat this step a couple more times and just hope it holds. One structure I think is done. I don't think I'm gonna go much higher. We got two little arms coming out. Goes up. It's all glued. Everything's set. Now that will be on the left side of the tank. So now we got to figure out what we're going to do on the right side. So what am I sitting on? Cap to the glue. That's surely all over my pants now. Awesome. So I got 4 rocks I can use to build this other sides. I got no idea what I'm going to do, but I'll figure it out. I think that's it. This whole two-tone rock thing is really bothering me. I have no sand to really glue in there to kind of fill the gaps. But as coral grows on top of it, that will all kind of fade. I might get something eventually to fill that. But I think that's what we're going to roll it with. So let's go put it in the tank. As you can see, we have our mystery creature in the bag floating for acclimation. Now the mystery creature is a bullseye pistol shrimp. It is the most gorgeous thing on the face of the planet. Here's a photo of him. He's in a bag right now. Can't really see because there's so many bags there. But they got orange and purple. Just a beautiful, beautiful shrimp. Just beautiful animal in general. But it needs a buddy. We didn't have that many gobies that can pair with it today. I don't really know what type of goby I want. So I want to let you guys pick. I'm going to give you 3 options. We're going to do an Aurora goby, a Dracula goby, or a Yasha gobies. Might do a pair of Yasha gobies or a pair of Draculas. Probably only a single Dracula, a single Aurora, but and then a pair of Yashas with the bullseye pistol shrimp. Maybe even a white cap goby. All right, 4 options. But let me know now in the comments. I will pick whatever the most commented one is, and that will be the pair for the beautiful bullseye pistol shrimp. Now I kicked the sand up a good bit when I put the rock structures in. We'll fix him tomorrow, but there he is. Absolutely gorgeous. Alrighty guys, I just got home from work. The tank is not fully clear, but you can definitely see into it. That's the rock structure. It's up in there. This is actually cemented, but the pistol shrimp, who is down there, dug all this out. So he's got like 2 kind of entrance points into there. And these are the islands. Nothing too crazy. I don't know. It's kind of like my first real time doing a rock structure. I think it'll come out eventually. You know, I got plenty of spots. You know, this is for mushrooms mostly, so I didn't want to go too high with it. It's, you know, acans and mushrooms, so I just want to kind of keep everything, you know, on the lower side. You know, it doesn't need too much light really. But yeah, that's the tank. But now I got to move some corals into here, so I got to put the light on there. So what I'm gonna do is everything that is in that mushroom box in here. So this mushroom box has got a bunch of stuff in there. I'm gonna take all that stuff out of the mushroom box, glue it down where I want it into that tank, and then I have my Colorado sunburst anatomy. I'm gonna put that in that basket into this tank so I can use the AI prime that is on the Colorado and the sump on this tank here. But I've definitely gotta clean this screen. So 3, 2, clean. Look at him just chilling down there. He's so pretty. Okay, but it's the next day. That looks so much better. I can actually see into the tank now. So what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna go get the light. I'm gonna put the AI prime from the sump onto the tank first. Ta-da! We have light. This is the first time this clownfish has seen light in a very long time, but he looks pretty happy. But now we can start adding all the corals that we need to. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pop the corals. So I got 3 Recordias and a leather left in there. Those are gonna go to the 20. I'm gonna dip them. Hopefully I can inspect them where I don't see any aptasia. If they do, I'll just throw some Bergias into the 25. It's a lot easier to take care of it at a 25 than a 50 because there's a lot less room. And then we're gonna take that leather out as well. But that tank is coming down. I'm actually doing a separate video with my buddy Jared. Jared is a new kid that works with me at Top Shelf. He's actually gonna come get this tank. We're gonna do a video on tearing it down. That's actually happening later today. But for now, we're just gonna go ahead and get these corals out. Look at the size of this leather. Now, I've grown this thing since it was basically like just this. This is all brand new. This is chunky. Got some weight to it. But that's one of the few corals that survived this tank crash. There's a couple things I need to get out of here. Obviously the hogfish. Oh, there's 3 Recordias. I got the leather. I used to have Harlequin starfish in this tank, and I have not seen them, but that's also because I haven't really looked in this tank. So I have no idea if they're still in here, how they're doing, but we definitely got to find them. Well, now that this tank has been completely destroyed, the 3 Recordias and the leather in a dip right now, just because again, I want to transfer. I think this tank was pretty clean, and there's not really many pests that come in on Recordias, but safe practice. I did also find 2 hermit crabs. Like I said, I'm going to go through this tank more. When Jared gets here, that will be another video. I didn't find the starfish, but doesn't mean that they're not in there. I have no idea where the hogfish went, but she's in there somewhere as well. These guys are in the dip, so let's go get them in the tank now, and let's go transfer the hermit crabs as well. Hermit crabs. Bloop. So I'm thinking the leather is going to go right there on top. The pink Recordia I like a lot, so I'm going to put it right there. The other ones I'll kind of scatter wherever. Starts a little kicked up, but that's right. The pink Recordia is there. Big leather, and then the other 2 Recordias I put over here. So when I'm laying on the couch here, first thing I see is gonna be that Recordia garden right there. So I just got back and there is 0 flow. Luckily, I have a spare Nero 3 just sitting around, which is gonna be perfect for this size tank. So let's go ahead and set that up. Look at that. There's just a little baby Recordia hiding there. Now, I've been having like the craziest ADD right now of what project to do. I was going to take the power strip and go screw it in before I did the Nero 3. Then I went to go screw it in and my drill is dead, so I put my battery in there. And then I was like, oh, might as well grab all the coral out of the 80 and put that into here because there's no flow, so it's a great time to add coral. So we're gonna add the coral first, then drill in the power strip, then add the Nero 3. So I got my jawbreakers, Yumas, bunch of stuff. They've already been dipped, so it's time to glue them up. All right, Big Mama is glued. So we got her front and center. We'll see how she goes. Oh my gosh, she's so big. Beautiful greens and reds. And then there's a little baby right there. And then I got 1 Recordia up there, but there's still more to go. All right, so definitely got some stuff glued. So we got 4 Recordias over here. Obviously the mother and her baby. All my Yumas from the Yatsuyuma are there. Put some Zoes over here. These are both white zombies, AOIs, and then there's 2 Recordias back there. All right, I just finished filming for everything on. It's gone. It's absolutely gone. I finished filming for that, so let's get back to the 20 gallons. So next I want to get this Nero going. It's still really cloudy in there. I forgot to put in a filter in the back for when all that sand was up, so I had it running, so it all went to the back. and it just all got re-kicked up again. So I'll just let it clear out for a bit. Now we got some flow in here. Nero 3's going, whipping some stuff around. I did find the Harlequin starfish. You'll see them in the next video. I don't know where they went into the tank. I haven't seen them since I put them in here, but they both made it. So out of everything that lived in that crash, I'm just glad that those two survived. I also found some sand-sifting starfish, some conchs. Those went to the 80, but the Harlequin starfish are now in here. Can't really see, but there's a little leg. Okay, now we're gonna set up the auto top off. I just soaked everything from the 50 gallon in vinegar, but really all I'm reusing from that tank are the sensors. I have brand new everything. So I have a 2.5 gallon jug that we'll use, and then we'll never have to hear a screaming pump in the middle of the night again. So right now these cables are a mess, and I'm just gonna make it more of a mess. But we'll get wire track to make this all nice and pretty. First things first, let's get the sensor into the pump chamber. Now when installing an ATO, siphon brake is like the most important thing you put on there to prevent back siphon, prevent just constant pump. What's up, kitty? To prevent just a constant pump into the tank. This thing will save your life, save your tank's life, and probably your floors as well. Oh, clear it is finally. ATO is set up. Got our 2.5 gallon jug and some terrible rat's nest. All right, we got all the coral in here. All my lovely acans, jawbreaker, the leather, 2 Ghanies, Recordia, my yellow sub, Favia, regular Duncan, the yellow tip Duncan. I'm just trying it over there. Let's see what happens. Everything's pretty closed up as they were asleep in the other tank. Here's the top down. Pretty bright stuff. Like I said, all the acans are pretty closed up. But that's everything that's going in that tank. All the other coral that I have that is in the 80, I'm turning it into the store. Gonna get store credits so I can put it towards the new tank or something nice. I'm super excited. But if you like this video, if you want to keep seeing, the updates of this room, if you want to see when we get the big peninsula tank, make sure you hit the subscribe button, smash that like button, comment what your favorite coral in that 20 gallon is, what I should get, what do you think the new fish are gonna be, and I'll see you next time.